a stone hole in the roof. Someone called Sarah Jane as well got her name in this wall. Excuse me. And I'm going to tell you a little story about an old tramp that he was around Boothtown when I was a boy, and when I moved up here he was up here, and he was a man called Welly Jim. He worked for apparently he worked for the MOD, so I don't know why he became a tramp, but he was a tramp most of my life, so a good 20 odd years. Not that I'm 20 odd, I mean I'm going by my age and how old I am now. He died about 7, 8, maybe 9 years ago, and he used to walk about till his legs start failing him with a carrier bag. We used to say he had a gun in his carrier bag, but it was always full of newspapers. Later on I found out why, because he used to have a car here, a derelict car that was just left. I think somebody must have left it, it was either stolen or whatever, but it was left in this spot here. And he told me one summer solstice, he started telling me about the sun and that there was a calendar around here, and I didn't have a clue what he was talking about, to tell you the truth. And then I found where the centre of it is there, and then you know what I'm talking about if you follow me. So the Wuthering Heights building was sort of facing towards us, and again it took me ages to work this out, because I thought with a view like this you would be facing that way, but no, it faced that way. And that's when I started to realise what a friend told me: look for where the statues are pointing and looking. And I was able to work out from the old pictures, and some of the stones are in Sunderland Horley, and I've asked them to put where they've come from, because nobody knows, they're just piled there and they all believe that they were just from around here. The Sunderland Horley doesn't know, the council knows about this. And now luckily they're saying, now in some of the pictures, well, signs coming into Halifax, it says home of the Brontes, which, fair enough, Haworth, but they will not let the history of Emily Bronte be here for some reason. I heard that there was a local historian that started to come up here, so it started to get out. I only learnt about it by talking to some of the older people around Horley Green. And when someone told me that she used to have coffee with the nuns, I was like, what? That's at the top of my street. So she would have walked across many in that direction. South School is over that ridge, but you've still got to consider where that is, the cutout of the hillside. That's where St. Thomas's Poor School was. And the tunnels underneath, all that hillside, all this hillside, and I dare say underneath where I am now, are literally 18 foot apart, maybe more, maybe less, and they're crisscrossed. So under this side is the clay side that's been mined up to about a couple of years ago. I'm not going to see Sarah Jane's because of all the grass. So Aunt Lister will have done Aunt Lister will have done some of these treks on these paths, but they weren't these paths, they were the old footpaths that go through the valley.